ladies and gentlemen, back with another RLCS recap of the 2025 World Championship. It's been a minute. I haven't, you guys have had daily uploads for the most part for the last 4 weeks, but I haven't been here. Every video that you have seen was recorded by August 30th or whenever I left. So it's been about a month of kind of old uploads, and I apologize for that, but it's kind of what I got to do when, when we have trips like that. And we went to boot camp for about a week and a half, and then Worlds for a week, and then I went home for a week and a little bit, and was traveling a lot, so had to deal with some pre-recorded stuff. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about Worlds. Let's start with Worlds was obviously not the result that any of us were looking for. It sucked. Nothing. No one's happy about it. But let's get into the start. So we start at boot camp. We go off to London for a week and a little bit at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere. Shout out those guys. I think they gave Shop a good price, or I think they let them use it for cheap or for free or something. But shout out the Red Bull guys. They were all cool. We boot camped there for a week and a half. Scrim a bunch. Didn't go great. Scrims were pretty rough. It was... Guys, the result of Worlds was not like a result that came out of left field for any of us, I don't think. We were struggling really hard in scrims. Did I expect to lose to like Virtus Pro? Absolutely not. But did I expect to be competitive? Not really either. Yeah, we were struggling. I think we were making a bit of progress at boot camp, and we were definitely working our asses off for it, but it just wasn't clicking for us individually. It wasn't clicking for us as a team. But scrims are just scrims. So we get to France on that Monday? Play on Wednesday? Yeah, that sounds right. Get there Monday, get settled in, run through media day, long media day. Usually RLCS media days are long. This one was really long. I think it was like 1 to 7 or something. And before anything else, before trying to match up with the best teams in the world, it was like, all right, let's get through the plan. Let's get through it cleanly, beat Virtus, play NIP. NIP looked insane in scrims against anyone or everyone, not just us, but it was, let's get through that. Even if we lose to NIP, we play against an MIBR or something in the lowers, and let's just win that. And obviously that's not what happened. We ended up losing round 1 to this team. I'm showing some of the games in the background. I think I have 1 Virtus game and 2 of the TSM games, or maybe a Gen G game. Only wins, of course. We're only watching the wins. Everyone knows the result. Everyone knows the result was ugly. At least we can watch the wins, the little ones that we had. But yeah, play Virtus round 1, just really, really ugly Rocket League. They played well, and I absolutely got to respect that. I mean, you saw it even the rest of the tournament. They actually like a pretty solid squad, especially Catalysm. Really didn't realize how good Cata still was. I knew he was good. Obviously he had made majors in EU back in like 21-22 on LA with EG, or in LA with EG. Obviously he was a good player, but he was really good. So respect to that dude. Obviously all 3 of them are good, but Catalysm surprised me a lot. Lose to Virtus in 5. Absolutely a series that tanked the confidence a bit. I think even with us playing really bad in scrims and everything, it's a series that we obviously felt like we should never lose. But that happens. Go to lowers, play TSM again, game 5 with another team that you really feel like you should never lose to. I love those boys. All the OC guys are really cool, but it was definitely a series that was not. It didn't feel. It never felt like a win. Like even if we beat Virtus, like those series don't feel like wins. They feel like wins when you 3-0 and you're like, okay, nice, we 3-0'd, let's get out of here. Like I'm happy about it. Neither of those series were like that. Beat TSM, go to lowers. By the way, most of this recap video is probably going to be talking about next season and Shopify and everything, because there was just nothing to talk about at Worlds. Play Gen G. They lost to Rock. Rock was a really solid squad. I honestly wasn't that surprised about that, because like I obviously think Gen G is good, but I was really impressed with Rock. We scrimmed them a lot. And we won game 1, looked really strong. Honestly, definitely my worst series of the event was that Gen G one. I definitely didn't play up to my standard. But win game 1, lose the next 3. I think One of them was really close. Maybe game 3. I don't remember which one. One of game 2 or 3 was really close. And then after that, it was just kind of ugly. But yeah, we get, you know, knocked out World 17th, 18th. Not a fun result. Especially after LCQ. Like, LCQ, obviously, you know, we weren't playing the strongest teams. You're playing every NA team outside of the top 4, which isn't going to be, you know, some crazy stacked squads. Obviously, Complexity was good. The boys were good. Poab was pretty decent. Like, there are good teams, but internationally, everyone's gotten a lot better. You know, you see it with, like, Mina 3 or Sam 2. These teams are disgusting now. And there was just a level that we didn't have as a squad that it was definitely a little shocking. And I knew it was going to happen, especially with, like, the top teams, like the Falcons and stuff. That just happens every time. But even, you know, just some of these teams, like, guys, we did not win many scrims. It was really bad. But that's life. I'm glad we qualified for Worlds. I'm glad we got that experience. My first World Championship in 3 years, even though it went awfully. I'm glad it happened. You know, I would take that over not qualifying for Worlds. So shout out all the boys. Shout out Shop. Shout out Wavy Peace, Memory and JNaps and Base. But yeah, what's next? Let's talk about it a little bit. I tweeted it a couple days ago. Shopify has decided to go another way. I'm sure if you Google it, a lot of you guys have already seen the rumors of who they're picking up. I have no ill will towards Shopify. They have consistently, you know, paid some of the highest salaries in the game, and some of the best player care. They have the best esports office I've ever been to in downtown Toronto. It never made sense that they didn't have an absolute top team. Now they have an absolute, or rumored to have an absolute top team. Again, seriously, like I do not want anyone that watches this video to come away with the idea that Shopify was or is some sort of like bad guy in this or bad org. Like, they were the perfect org. And I know a lot of people joke me about saying like every org I'm on is the perfect org. No, Shopify is like the esports org. So shout out Jeremy, shout out everyone we worked with there. Lovely people. That leaves me, Wavy, 2-piece, Memory, and JNaps, all unrestricted free agents, all looking for a team. And I'll say to you kind of what I said to them. I'm just going to play with the most competitive roster I can find for next year. If that includes both of them, then it includes both of them. If they would want to play with me again. If that includes neither of them, it includes neither of them. You know, I'm running through tryouts. I'm running through scrims. I'm talking to a bunch of players. Still figuring it out for myself. But I have no ties to anyone for this season coming up. Just want to win again. And I think we built the perfect team to win LCQ. And I don't regret picking up Wavy at all. He's a fantastic player, fantastic person. But like, we just sucked. At Worlds, we were not competitive at all, and I never want to feel that again, because that was awful. So whether that means, you know, we end up sticking and we figure it out, or whether that means I never team with either of them again. Both lovely guys that are insane players and are good. Like, both of these guys, regardless of what the teams look like next year, are going to be competitive for majors and hopefully at majors as well. Thankfully for, you know, especially LCQ, I got to team with 2 of, you know, the best players in NA. I think outside of the guys that I played with, you look at like CRR, obviously, and Diaz, but I mean, this is the team that I wanted for LCQ, and I wouldn't change that at all. It just sucked that we were that bad at Worlds, to be honest. But you can chalk that up to a lot of things. And yeah, it sucked. For me, future, I'm definitely still going to compete. I want to compete. You know, we'll see what that looks like and in what capacity. Still got to figure out what I'm going to do org-wise. Got to figure out what I'm doing team-wise. Nothing is set. If you see rumors, they're not true. I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment of recording this, and you guys are seeing this tomorrow. So, should be able to figure out in the next couple weeks, and then we'll be able to share with you guys, hopefully, you know, a week or 2 after that. Hopefully about a month. I feel the best individually that I've felt in a long time. I know a lot of you guys are going to agree with me, and a lot of you guys would agree with me even if I wasn't, just because you guys are fans of me, or a lot of you guys are fans of me, which I appreciate always. But truthfully, I do feel the best I've felt individually in a long time. And it sucks that this season I wasn't able to do everything I wanted. I mean, this season was by no means a failure. We won a regional. We qualified for major. We qualified for worlds. Like, scoping out a little bit, it was a great season. It just sucks because no matter like what you like win or feel like you deserve, or you win or you do achieve in this game, it always feels like you deserve a little bit more. So definitely, you know, the goal into next season is how can, you know, whatever team I'm on win regionals and compete internationally. The second I'm not doing that is the second I retire because it's not fun anymore. And we won a regional and we didn't really compete internationally this year. So that's something we got to improve on, you know, individually and, you know, mostly individually, but with a team as well, of course. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really short video because I really don't have much to say other than I'm definitely still wanting to compete. And World sucked. It really sucked. And, you know, I'm exploring every option I can for, you know, RLCS 2026 to make the most competitive team for that because there's a lot of good talent in it. We just got to figure it out. So, to the Shopify fans that were there before I joined, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad we were able to finally do it. We were able to finally, you know, give the org a LAN appearance after, you know, 3 or 4 years, however long they've been in the esport. I'm glad we were able to do it. Glad I was able to play a part in that. For, you know, the Retals fans that go wherever I go, of course, I appreciate you guys more than you know. Let's hope that this season coming up will be a little bit more competitive. You know, I definitely want to win. I just want to win. So we're going to figure out what that looks like, and I'll be able to share more with you guys soon. But until then, back to daily uploads. A lot of competitive stuff, a lot of ranked stuff, probably. I don't know entirely yet what the schedule is for everything, but I'm ready to get back at it. I'm ready to start playing a lot. Vacations were good. I've got a couple more trips. My brother's wedding is here in a couple weeks, but I shouldn't be missing any uploads for it. Maybe just a couple streams if you guys follow on my Twitch. And yeah, regardless of what this offseason looks like, just one more thank you to all the boys that I played with this year. Two-Piece Wavy Parth, the coaches, Mem Jake, and the org as well. It was lovely. It was a lovely time. And, you know, maybe I'll be with some of those guys for the next season as well, but you just never know. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for supporting always. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out.